Hey friends, Min here from On a Stamp Page. I'm super excited to be sharing another project with you this month for the Crafters Castle Challenge. This month we are sponsored by TaylorMade Cards for You, and I am excited because I was given this gorgeous Passport to Christmas kit, and what I created is this fun Christmas card that's shaped and foldable. And so I wanted to show you how I use different elements in the kit to create this kind of, I feel like it kind of looks kind of Victorian Christmas. So before I do that, I want to show you all of the elements that are in the kit because it's amazing. So this kit comes with this sheet and this sheet that has different little tags, some papers, some postcards and little parcel post. I mean, just such cute vintage Christmas images that you can use for so many different reasons. And then it also comes with these gorgeous green papers. So we've got this one that says Deck the Halls all the way down it, and this one with the beautiful holly. So that comes with 2 per page or 4 per page. And so today what I'm going to be using is I'm going to be using this 2 per page. That sounded redundant. And I'm also going to be using this paper right here to create, oh, this paper and this right here to create this card. The die set that I'm using for this project is this one from Sizzix. It's the Playful Stand-Up Stephanie Bernard card kit. And what I've done is I've already gone ahead and pre-cut some of the elements from this kit to make it easier. So here is what the card base looks like when you cut it. Hopefully you can see that there's like cuts and fold lines and then the little tabs. So what you do to fold this card base is you take it and you fold it in half first to make an A2 size card. And I'm sorry that I'm moving this around. So I've got my A2 size card, and then you just take this part and you go like that, and then you have this little tab right here that you can kind of lift up to keep it up. So there's the card base already cut and ready for us. And then what I did was I took this gorgeous holly berry paper and I cut papers to go around here and up here. And so what I did was I just cut up the middle of this, and I took the 2 pieces that I need to cut those layering pieces out, and they look like this and like this. And the cool thing about this is you aren't gonna waste very much paper because they layer really nicely together. So if you put them through like that, you will have a perfect repeating pattern on your card. So let's see if I can do this real quick. Once I'm done cutting, as you can see, there's just this little tiny piece right here. But what I have is 2 pieces. I have these 2 pieces that layer perfectly together for a repeated pattern. So I'm going to take these, and I'm going to glue them to my card base. So I'm going to want it to be laying flat right now. On these, I like to put extra adhesive than I normally would, since they are going to be manipulated more. Do you know what I mean? They're going to be pulled up and pulled down more, and because they're interactive and cool. So I put a little bit more adhesive than usual. If you wanted to, sometimes I'll use this double-sided tape instead of a tape runner, but a tape runner does work well if you use enough tape. And I'm going to do the same thing. And if you wanted to, you could always use that double-sided adhesive and put it on the back of the paper before you run it through the die cut machine. So it's already got adhesive on the back. That's another option too. So now I have my card base. Isn't that gorgeous? And see, the pattern is just like seamless because I laid those together. And then next what I did was I die cut a piece of dark green cardstock that I'm going to put here. And then I die cut out this little piece from this pattern paper that I love right here. And so that's going to be part of my focal part on my card. But before I do that, I need to create the sentiment that goes on it. So this is how I did that. I took this little piece right here and I used this little black line on the postcard as my guide, And I just kind of cut a little bit above it because I don't want any of the black showing. I just want the green all the way up. Cut that out. Down the rest of the edges. And then, so then I've got my sentiment cut out. And if you'll notice on here, it has a rounded edge. So you can do this one of two ways. You can put it on and fussy cut it. But what I like to do, because my fussy cutting usually goes wrong, is I'm gonna take the large die that I used to cut out this green piece, and I'm gonna lay it right on top of this in between, and I'm gonna put it through the die cutting machine again, because this way it will match up perfectly with the edges of this. I won't have any, like, it'll be this nice crisp edge. I won't have to worry about, oh, is the pencil gonna show through, etc., etc., etc. So I'm gonna go die cut this, and I will be back in just a minute. All right, friends, I am back with the die cut sentiment. I kind of laid it out how it looked when I took it off of the die cutting platform because I wanted to show you. So these two pieces have come off, and this is now the perfect curve to go across and fit nicely and match exactly with the curve of my large die cut. So now I'm going to make the focal point. I'm going to take this larger green one and this smaller green stripe one that again was from some of the paper in this gorgeous Passport to Christmas kit. And I'm going to adhere this to the middle. And then I'm going to take some adhesive squares. They're foam adhesive backed squares. Sorry, I can't talk today. And I'm going to layer these across the back. Oh dear, it wants to get on my fingernail instead of on the paper. And I'm going to use these to add just a smidgen bit of dimension to the focal point. I like adding a little bit of dimension. I still want this to be easily nailed. So if I just do this small bit of dimension on the sentiment, it will still be mailed without probably any extra postage. And then I'm going to take the backs off of these, bring it perfectly with the curve here. I just love how this looks. When I first did my first one, I was so excited about it. And then what I decided to do to add some more red in was to add some red pearls. And on this one, I did the largest and then the two smallest sizes. But I want to see what happens on this one if I do the medium size and the small size. I mean, I like both of them, but for some reason, I don't know. We'll see the final project. We'll see. Okay, so there's my little focal point. And so I'm going to actually set this aside for a second and bring back my card base. And I'm going to take 2 pieces of gold ribbon because it needs to be a little bit more festive. And I'm going to add the 2 of them up here on this folded part just to, you know, add a little bit more festive bling. And I'm noticing this is really long, so let's just, oops, trim that down. And I am going to use double-sided tape for this because this ribbon, because it's so glittery, needs that instead of just a glue runner. How do you guys put ribbon on your cards? Let me know, because I'm always up for like a better way to add ribbon to projects. And honestly, because this ribbon is so, I don't know, like, it's not straight. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm using this, but I'm also feeling like I need to add some just straight across where I'm gonna put it. I think I'm going to, because I'm worried, I'll put that there, that it's not gonna lay flat. I had a hard time on my other ones too. And I think it's just the nature of this metallic ribbon. It's so, it's got so much glitter in it. Fold it over. Pull it across. And the good thing about that tape runner that I used, even though there's some here and here, I can use my finger to wipe it off. Or if you're using it on paper that it's really showing up on and you don't want, like, you might have ink on your finger or whatever, my other tip is to use a white eraser on the end of a mechanical pencil thing, and it gets rid of that adhesive. So yay. Okay, keep that out just in case I need it. Okay, number 2, down here, eraser again, get all of that adhesive off. And there I've got my beautiful gold ribbon on my focal front. And I'm gonna take and I'm gonna add my little focal piece using some 3M mounting foam, because this is just a little bit less dimensional than some of the other ones that I have. And I can just tear it because I don't like having to cut if I don't have to. So this is gonna also make it easy and still mailable, because like I said, I want these to be able to go in the mail. I don't want to have to keep them, or I don't mind hand delivering things, but these are the kinds of things I like to send to people I don't see as much, let them know they're special. So there I've got my total front of my card. On the inside of the card, what I've done is I've taken some of the dark green Deck the Halls Fa La La paper, and it wasn't quite long enough to go all the way across, but I was kind of okay with that because look how cute that looks, not going all the way across. So I've already got that piece cut out here, if I can grab it. And I'm just gonna add one piece of gold down at the bottom, because that way when it pops up, see, I've got my trio, because as we know, trios are like 3, 3, we like 3s. So I'm gonna add this ribbon down to the bottom, and then I'm gonna open this up, and I don't know if you can see it, but the little tab is right here. And so I'm just going to adhere this. I'm actually gonna use double-sided tape since it has that glitter ribbon on it. And like I said, that glitter ribbon does not like to stay. It likes to try and come up. So if we do this double-sided tape, and I think I might put some here, that way it can't come up again, then it will stay better. So let's take our backings off of this. There we go. We've got our green in place. And then the last thing that I did was I added this little rhinestone holly sticker. These are from Hero Arts. My sister actually gave them to me a few years ago, so I don't exactly know if they're still available, but I love them because it goes on really nicely and stays, because there's so much adhesive on there. I mean, I thought it was just the perfect finishing touch. And there you have your folded shaped pop-up card. So let's compare the two. Which do you like better? Do you like it with the larger pearls or the smaller pearls? Now that I see it, I honestly might like the larger pearls because I feel like it takes up more of the space, but I don't dislike the smaller pearls. Anyway, can't wait to read your comments about this card. Hopefully you have a chance to check out more of the Crafters Castle friends who have created things for this challenge. And hopefully you go and grab this beautiful Santa passport kit. That's what it's called. And I think I've been saying it wrong, but I will link everything that I use down in the comments below. If you come and join us at Crafters Castle, you will have a chance to win this set and the set that I used in my video at the beginning of the month. Plus, I think some of the other sets that some of the other friends are using too. Unless we're all using the same ones and then it's just those two. But check out TaylorMade Cards for You for more gorgeous digital kits. Check out Crafters Castle for monthly challenges. And until next time, hugs and happy stamping, friends.